There is a book that remained hidden for 2,000 years, a text that answers the questions the Bible left unresolved. Who were the angels that united with human women? Where did demons come from? Why did God almost completely destroy humanity? And what truly happened during those 40 days when Moses ascended the mountain? Most Christians alive today have never heard a single word about it. It was banned, its copies were destroyed, and its most controversial teaching, a 364-day calendar that, according to the text, was given directly by God, was considered such a serious threat that religious authorities chose to erase it from history entirely. This book is the Book of Jubilees, and what it reveals about the flood, the giants, the fallen angels, and the destiny of Israel is more disturbing than anything you'll find in the traditional Bible. The Book of Jubilees was not written as fiction, nor as speculative philosophy. It presents itself as a direct revelation. A special angel, known as the Angel of the Presence, who serves before God, dictated its contents to Moses during the 40 days he spent on Mount Sinai. The text contains 50 chapters and measures time in cycles of 49 years, called Jubilees. For centuries, it was preserved in full only within the Ethiopian Bible, which contains 81 books, compared to the 66 found in the Western Protestant Bible. This difference is not merely stylistic. It represents entire scriptures, visions, and revelations that ecclesiastical authorities decided ordinary believers should never read. The first secret the text reveals concerns what existed before the visible universe. According to Jubilees, many foundational events were already determined before the first day of creation described in Genesis. The angels were created before light. This includes the angels of the presence and the spirits that govern the forces of nature. The Sabbath, the day of rest, was established before God created the heavens and the earth. This means it was not simply a commandment for humans, but a cosmic principle embedded in eternity. Adam and Eve were not simply naked in the garden. The text claims they were clothed in garments of light, giving them an almost angelic appearance. And the serpent? Jubilees leaves no room for interpretation. It explicitly identifies the serpent as Satan, declaring that a spiritual war was already underway long before humanity existed. But it is the second secret where the text becomes truly explosive. Genesis briefly mentions the Nephilim and moves on. Jubilees fills in what was left out. The Watchers were angelic beings who chose to share knowledge with humanity, but they crossed the line, teaching forbidden secrets such as sorcery, astrology, and weapon-making. Then, drawn by the beauty of human women, they united with them. From these unions came the Nephilim, giants of enormous size. They consumed everything around them, first human food, then animals, then each other, and eventually humans themselves. Behind all this corruption, Jubilees identifies a central figure, Mastema, known as the Prince of Evil Spirits, the leader of hatred. He incited the Watchers, and when God prepared to punish them and destroy the evil spirits born from the Nephilim, Mastema made a calculated request. He argued that without servants to tempt humanity, he could not fulfill his role. He asked to retain 1/10 of the demons under his command. According to the text, God granted his request. This means that the demons still active in the world today are not anomalies. They are the spirits of the dead Nephilim, allowed to remain as instruments to test humanity. The flood, then, was not simply punishment for human sin. It was the climax of an intense spiritual war, a divine operation to cleanse the earth of a specific supernatural corruption. And even after the waters receded, Mastema ensured that a residue of evil remained. Fragments of Jubilees were discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls, confirming its ancient Hebrew origins. For the first time, the text offers a detailed explanation for the persistence of evil after the flood, not as a vague theological concept, but as a narrative with names, strategy, and divine permission. The text also reveals another secret. The 10 plagues of Egypt were not merely signs to break Pharaoh's will. Each plague was a direct strike against the gods of Egypt, entities that Jubilees describes as demonic beings under Mastema's leadership. He empowered Egypt's magicians to replicate some of Moses' miracles. He hardened Pharaoh's heart repeatedly. And in an episode never mentioned in Genesis, Mastema even attempted to kill Moses before his mission began, forcing God to intervene directly. The Exodus was not just a political liberation. It was a battle between the Creator and an entire hierarchy of spiritual forces ruling that empire. Among the most unsettling ideas in Jubilees is its view of sin. Sin is not treated as a temporary weakness or moral failure. It is recorded as a debt, written on heavenly tablets. Nothing escapes this record. Every injustice awaits resolution. The story of Joseph's brothers illustrates this principle. Their betrayal was recorded as a serious debt, but those same tablets also contain the path to repentance. When the brothers later repented sincerely, that reconciliation was already part of the divine plan. Justice and mercy, according to Jubilees, are intertwined in a cosmic system no human can see, but one that governs everything. The most controversial secret, the one that likely led to the book's ban, is the 364-day calendar. According to Jubilees, this calendar was not invented by humans. It was revealed to Enoch by angels and later confirmed to Moses. A year of 364 days divides perfectly into 52 weeks. Each season has exactly 91 days. The year always begins on a Wednesday, the fourth day of creation, when God made the sun, moon, and stars. This means every sacred festival would fall on the same day every year, without variation. The text claims that abandoning this system for the lunar calendar used in Jerusalem's temple was a serious error. Celebrating festivals on the wrong dates was equivalent to rejecting divine order. The Qumran community, responsible for the Dead Sea Scrolls, followed a nearly identical solar calendar. This may explain their separation from mainstream Jewish practices. That same calendar still survives today in the liturgy of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The final secret is a prophecy. Given to Moses by the angel of the presence, it foretells that Israel would turn away from God, be exiled, and see the destruction of Jerusalem's temple. But after a long period of suffering, a final restoration would come. New heavens, a new earth, an eternal temple, and the complete eradication of evil. A vision that echoes the Book of Revelation, written centuries later. Coincidence? Or preserved knowledge from texts that authorities tried to erase? So what do you think was more threatening to religious authorities? The fallen angels, the authorized demons, or the calendar that could make the temple itself unnecessary? Leave your answer in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.